So right now I'm sitting here with Lydia, who is one of our international students from the UK. And I remember meeting you, Lydia, before you went back to the UK. You were here as a tourist, and then you decided that you wanted to be a full-time student here. So I remember you got your I-20, you went back home, you applied for your visa, and now you're a full-time student here. Now, do you remember what it was when you were a tourist here that made you want to come back to the college?
I think, so I originally came here on a cultural exchange program. I lived in Moraga, so still East Bay, and I toured the school, and I guess just a mixture of me loving the Bay Area and just everything it comes with, the people, the culture, just everything that came with that. And then I toured the school, and everyone at the school was very helpful with everything, and just made me feel like this was a good fit to come here.
That's right, I forgot. You were J1, J1 visa. Yeah. And so what was it like growing up in the UK? Can you tell me a little bit about where you grew up, your family that you had growing up, and then you also said that you were in New Zealand for a time as well. Can you share about that experience?
Yeah, sure. So grew up in a town called Surrey, which is about 25 minutes from London. Growing up in London was fun. It was cold winters and not very hot summers, but I loved it. Had all my extended family there, and just it was really, really fun. And then when I was 17, I emigrated to New Zealand with my parents and one of my sisters. We went because my dad was offered a job there, so we just kind of decided to pick up our bags and head to the other side of the world. And that's another culture in itself. It's just so laid back and just surfers kind of vibe. It's a really fun country.
Now, how far away you said it's Surrey?
Yes.
Surrey, how far away is that from London? Or
about 25 minutes. Yeah, 25 minutes on the train. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I had the chance to go to London this past summer, which was awesome experience. We were in London, and then took a train ride up to Scotland, then flew over to Ireland, and so I got the whole UK experience, which was really awesome. Although when I went to Big Ben, I think I was sharing this with you. Big Ben, it was closed. It was like going to Disneyland and the Pirates of the Caribbean ride being shut down. There was scaffolding all over it. I was like, what? Here I am in London seeing the major attraction. It was closed. But what were your favorite things to do? Now, would you go to London often, or what did you like to do in the city?
Yeah, well, funny that you bring up Big Ben, because I was only there. I was there like a year ago, and it was still boarded up in scaffolding. So I can't even tell you how long it's been like that. But yeah, growing up in London was fun. I used to take the train in a lot, actually, with my friends. We'd go to a lot of concerts and shows. If you ever had like big artists that were playing, or just theatre shows that you wanted to see, London was just like the place to go. And then as I got older, I'd go out, and it's a very popular thing to go there and do kind of like we call it a boozy brunch, where you go and you just like drink mimosas and like just have brunch, and it's in the middle of the day on like a Friday, and everyone's doing it, and it's kind of weird, but it's really fun.
Yeah. Laid back, drinking samosas. Now, why does that remind me of Downton Abbey? I have no idea why. Is that based from London? I can't remember.
I think somewhere near. I think they're actually making a movie, a Downton Abbey movie now. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife probably wants to go see that, and I told her it'd be a girls' night out. So I've not seen one episode of that show. I can tell you what is going on. But now bring me back to New Zealand. My sister, actually, I didn't tell you this. She studied abroad in Australia for a year. And then she got to go to New Zealand, where she bungee jumped for the first time. And I think it was off one of those bridges. And it just looks like an amazing place. Did you get to do anything fun or exciting while you're in New Zealand?
Yeah, definitely. It's an adrenaline junkie place, like just incredibly. There's actually a place called Queenstown where you go and you just do all of these types of things. You do bungee jumps, you do skydives, just crazy things. I got to do my skydive when I was in Queenstown, and it was just the most amazing experience.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was my friend just kind of took me down to Queenstown. She was like, "You want to do a skydive?" And we just booked it and we did it. And it's, I don't know, you're up in the plane, and once you're in that plane, you kind of have nowhere to turn, and you just gotta do it. But it was the most amazing experience, and I would do another one like today. I loved it.
Man, I don't know if I could see myself ever doing that. Bungee jumping versus skydiving. Probably I would probably do skydiving before bungee jumping though. Maybe because you're further away from the earth, and I don't know. But now that you're here in the U.S., what are your plans next? We were just talking about you possibly wanting to transfer to San Francisco State, maybe doing some work experience while you're here. Sort of, what are your goals, and what do you want to do after you're done with your studies here?
Once I've finished studying here, I hope to do a year of training in my field of study and get some experience, especially in the US job world, just to see what it's like. And then plans to transfer to, I think, either San Francisco State, or I'll look around and see at the other CSUs. Just to transfer, get my bachelor's in communications, and see what the US job market has to offer.
Now, are you hoping to stay in the US or?
I do want to, yeah. Obviously it's hard at days where you miss your family. I'm the only one here. I've come here independently. So there are days where I miss my family and it's tough, but I love the Bay Area. There's just something about it, and I do see myself being here. Yeah.
Well, there you go. From all the way around the world, and people want to be right here in the Bay Area. And I think we can sometimes take it for granted living in the Bay Area that there's so many. I remember going to, like Japan, South Korea, or even in London, you just see people that they want to come to the U.S. Even when I was in Scotland, I was surprised by people still wanting to come here to the U.S. and visit, and just being one of the top destinations to be at in the world. So
it really is. Yeah, it's a very popular destination for people to come, even with the political stance that's happening right now. It's definitely still a very popular destination.
Yeah. Now, did I tell you what happened when I landed in London? The streets were blocked off. Well, actually, first the taxi driver, when we landed, said, "Hey, do you want to go drive where the Queen lives?" What's the place where the Queen lives again? I mean, there's like the palace or
Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham Palace. I guess so. Yeah. But I heard that I think they have there's like different ones throughout London.
She doesn't really, I don't think she stays in one place. There's lots of, but Buckingham Palace is a very popular tourist destination that he probably would have wanted you to drive to.
Yeah, so we were going to drive around, and all of the streets were blocked off, and it was because President Trump was there.
Oh, of course.
And so there we go. I landed in London, and I was impacted by the streets being blocked off, and we ended up on like an hour-long detour. It was supposed to be just a quick drive around the palace just to see, and we ended up getting to our hotel really late because of that. But and throughout our whole time in London, there were signs, people protesting. We don't want you here. I remember seeing signs like that. I was like, wow, man, this is worldwide here. The impact that's being made.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, it's definitely a worldwide impact. Yeah.
So anything else you'd like to share to those that are listening? Again, this is International Conversations, and I'm really grateful that you were able to join me today. Is there anything else you'd like to share, or?
Just to any international students, I guess, who are still pursuing their goals and in community college, in 4-year, in work, I just think keep at it, pursue your goals, and yeah.
Go. All right. Well, thank you, Lydia, for being with me today. And I hope you have a great day. And for everyone out there listening, thank you for listening.